Okay, so we're recording. So, welcome, Todd, to our demo of the new revised and updated Shoot Manager. So basically, as we've been talking about, and I'm sure Michael's had a chat with you about this, our big project, one of our big projects for this year is a total revamp and update of our entire back-end photog management system. So that'll include the Shoot Manager, the Pricing Manager, my clients, and we're going to have a new section called My Team for guys like you and David and Mark who have some other photographers working with you. And what we want to do is go through and update each of them separately so that we can, once we're done one section, we can get it live and get it out there and you can use it rather than waiting until everything is done, which could take the better part of this year. Hopefully not, but you know how it goes. So the first one that we started with is the Shoot Manager, and it's still a work in progress, although it's nearing completion, and it is at a state now where we can do a proper demo of it. And I'm going to give you guys a link to our dev site so that after this you can go into the dev site, log in as yourself, and look at it again. So I'm just going to run through it here now, but you'll be able to play around with it later on your own computer. And then if you have any ideas for improvements or other features you want us to add, you can let us know because now's the time before we go live with it, okay? So Todd, I'm using you as my guinea pig. I hope you don't mind. I'm logged in as you, Todd the photographer, but I'm on our dev site. So this is not live yet, okay? So one of the first big changes that we wanted to make when you're accessing the photography backend is to have everything on one page. Because right now, when you log into your account, you go into your little admin drop-down menu, and you've got My Clients, you've got Shoot Manager, and you've got Pricing Manager. And then if you have a team of people, you've got another link down here. So potentially you could have 4 separate links, and you always have to come back out here to the dashboard to go into a different section. So the first thing we wanted to do was simplify that. So for now, we've got one link, and we're just going to call it Photog Shoot Manager. If I click on that, it takes me into the back end where I can access my Shoot Manager, the Pricing Manager, my clients, and then if I have a team, I'll be able to access my team here. So this means that you do not have to always exit out of one, go back to the dashboard, go into your admin menu, click the next one, come back in and out, so on and so forth. We just wanted it to be like a little mini dashboard where you can access everything. So that was our first big change. You'll notice as we go along that this is not, it'll all look very familiar. For the most part, it's the same. It's just laid out better and easier to use, okay? So basically, I'm going to run through each thing. I'm going to start with the Shoot Manager. So right now, if you click on the Shoot Manager, you get a drop-down menu. You may remember that we used to have a separate button for each of these items, and they displayed down here underneath your map, your shoot map. Now we just have a nice, neat and tidy drop-down menu, okay? If you click on each one, for example, shoot map, that's displaying here. That's kind of the default display because that's what you're always going to want to look at, the shoot map. If you click on something like shoot services, it appears right here, okay? Everything used to appear in pop-up windows, but now it's just going to appear right here on the page. So the shoot services, this was something new that Mark actually recommended, and we put it in for everybody, obviously, because it was a good idea. So this is where you can tick beside which shoot services you want to include so that when a client orders from you in the front end, they see these options underneath your name, your little section, right? And you can add in, right now we just have 3 additional services. You guys can let us know if there's a reason maybe we should have 4, maybe we should have 5. And if you click on each of these, you can drag and drop them and change the order of them. I'm not going to do that now because I am in Todd's account, and even though I'm on the dev site, moving stuff around here will affect the live site. I just want to show you, okay? So shoot services, it's the same as it is on live, it's just a little bit laid out a little better, okay? So shoot services, core service areas, again, same as our current system. This is where you have all of your zip codes. If you want to add a zip code, you just click in here and type in a new zip code. When you make a change, a little update button will show up. You click that, it saves it, you're done, okay? This functions the same as it did before. Shoots per day, exactly the same as it was before, even looks the same, okay? It's right here, shoots per day. Driving fees, same as before, okay? Functions the same, we just cleaned it up a little bit. Area day planner, again, same as before. You can put in the zip codes for the different areas that you want to service on those specific days. All good. Shoot delay, same as before. Okay, you want to change it, just click in here and change it. I'm not going to change it, Todd, don't worry. And then last but not least, your vacation days, okay? Same as before, just an updated calendar. The old calendars we had were ancient. Everything we had before was ancient, so you just scroll through, same as you have. Yep, these are the days that Todd has booked off, all good. Function same as before, okay? Whoop. And that is basically the new layout for your shoot manager. It's just a drop down. That's really the only difference, okay? All right, so let's say we're on our shoot map page. So this is the same map that we had before. It's just a Google map. All of your current listings will appear right here on the map, same as they do before. Over here on the left, this is a list of all of your shoots, just like it was before, with a little target, little pin, which corresponds to the map. You can click on these and move them around. I'm not going to do it though, Todd, because I don't want to screw up your system. Okay, you can change the order of them just like you did before, and it will update on the map. Actually, you know what? I'm going to jump back a day just so I don't mess anything up. Let's go back to last week. Okay, so June 18th. So yeah, so I can click on these and move them around, change the order of them, right? Just like I did before. Okay. You'll notice in the information, we've now added the client's name. We thought that might make life a little easier for you guys, especially for clients that you know. And sometimes you're like, oh, what shoot was I going to before? We just had the address, but I thought it might be more helpful to find out, actually have their name there as well. So you've got their name, their address. If you have assigned a time to the shoot, it will appear here. Once you've finished the shoot, uploaded the pictures and published, you have your little P here so you know it's published. If it's a night shoot, it is highlighted in gray, okay? Nothing's changed. That's all the same as the current system. The one nice thing that's different is instead of having to click and go inside the manager, we've added all of the actions in a nice little drop-down menu. So now you can access everything you need right here in the drop-down menu. For example, shoot details. If I click on shoot details, they appear right here. So we're not doing the pop-up window anymore, which was kind of a pain. So if you click on shoot details, everything that the client included when they ordered the shoot will show up in here. So sometimes they don't have an MLS number, sometimes they don't fill in this stuff, but if they have filled in this stuff, it's going to be here, right? So contact method, what they've ordered, any additional instructions, all right here. The realtor's contact information, all right here. If you need to reschedule the shoot, you can do that right here. If you need to cancel it, you can do it right here. Are you sure you want to cancel? Yes, I'm sure. Okay, so on and so forth. So it's all right here for you. Back over here to our drop down, if you want to set the shoot time, same as before, it just shows up right here. Pick your time, type a message, hit send, and it goes to the client. Okay? If you want to assign this shoot to one of your junior photographers, you just click assign to, same as before. Here's a list of your photographers, ding, ding, ding. Pick their name, type them a message, hit send. They get the message, it goes into their shoot manager. Okay? Manage photos. This is also the same. It just shows up right here instead of a pop-up window, okay? So all the same options. Your little thumbnails are right here. You can do all the same stuff you did before. You can upload, download, edit the virtual tour if you want, or publish your virtual tour, okay? Manage photos, additional fees. If you're going to add an additional fee for some additional service, no problem. Type in your description, add your price, add to the shopping cart. It goes to the shopping cart of your client. All the same as before. View invoice. We've added this because I find that sometimes people, they need a resend of their invoice, or you may just want to check and see what it was they ordered. You can do that right here. You can download a PDF of that invoice if you want it, or you can resend the invoice to the client. I get people all the time asking me, I'm like, just go check your shopping cart history, but whatever. They don't always want to do that. If someone asks you for their invoice, you can just come into your shoot manager and just resend the invoice to them. So they'll get this in their email. Okay, and then again, reschedule the shoot. Same calendar. If you mouse over each day, you'll see what's available. Oh, I've got nothing available this day. Oh, but I've got 8 available this day. So I know that if I want to rebook Tiffany, I know which days I can rebook her on. Okay, so you can reschedule the shoot right here and cancel. Same thing, takes me back to my shoot details where I can cancel the shoot. Yes, I'm sure, done, and canceled, okay? So I'm gonna pull up my map again. Okay, so that stuff is more or less all the same. A new feature that we've added to this page, and I'm sure it will come in handy for you guys, but it will definitely come in handy for Michael and I when people need help and we need to log in and find out when they have booked. We've got a search feature right here. So if Bob calls me and wants to know when he booked a shoot from Todd, or Todd, if Bob calls you and wants to know and you can't quite remember, you can just come in here and type Bob's name and hit search, and every shoot that Bob has booked from you will show up in this drop-down list. You can find the one you want, and then you've got all the information. And you can do that by the customer's name or the address. Maybe you know the address. You know you've got one somewhere on Main Street, but you can't remember who it was for, you can't find it, you don't remember what date it was booked on, just type it in and it'll show up here in your search results. One more feature that we've added as well, when you click on your calendar, any days that have shoots booked are highlighted in green. Now June, obviously we're almost to the end of June, you're booked, but if I moved ahead into July, I can see that right now I've got bookings on the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th, okay? So that's just a little mini feature that we've added for you guys. Okay, one more thing that we have added is that we are now giving everybody the ability to subscribe to this shoot list through one of your own calendars. Okay, so for example, I've got a Gmail account. So if I go to my Gmail account, oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to share. I'm gonna have to share my screen here. Let me know if you guys can see that we're now in my Gmail account. Can you see my Gmail account?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. So I've got a Gmail account. So I've got a Google Calendar, and I can go into my Google Calendar and I can add a calendar, and then I just choose subscribe to a calendar, and we will send you guys a link. You just enter the link, and suddenly all of your shoots are going to show up on whatever calendar you want. And it doesn't have to be a Google Calendar. Whatever system you've got going, you just subscribe. It's just a URL that you put in. You can subscribe to it. And then your shoots, like for example, I booked this shoot, just a fake shoot for myself just today. It shows up on the 28th. If I click on it, I get all of my shoot details. Now, this is something we're working on right now because it doesn't have all the shoot details, but Carl's working on that right now. But eventually, when you click on it, you'll get all your shoot details. So you'll be able to do this on your mobile phone, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go back. Oh, green.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I don't suppose you guys can, let me go back.
Yeah, I believe, Todd, you're the one that requested that calendar integration.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that was quick, but that's basically the updated shoot manager. So a lot of it, as I said, the functionality, a lot of it is the same. We've just kind of laid it out so that it's less clunky and a little more modernized. Basically, everything you need will be in one page. We haven't done the pricing yet. We've got, the clients are coming. Like Todd, I'm in your account right now, so these are all of your clients. They show up right here. So you can search for them, organize them, do a few more things. We haven't finished this yet, but it's, it's a work in progress. And then if you have a team like you do, you'll be able to click on team, and here's your current team members. You can change the role if they're admin or a member. You can get their contact information. You can add a member to your team. As long as they have a Realtor account, you just put in their email address and add the member. Carl's working on this right now too. So these are the kinds of areas where you guys can give us ideas for what you want, new features you want to add to this kind of stuff. But the pricing is the one we're going to do last because it's going to be the biggest one. But we're almost done the shoot manager. We're almost done clients and teams. So we'll be able to go live with that stuff probably within the next 2 weeks. But by all means, I'm going to send you a link to this dev site. You can log in as yourself, and then you can take a look at it and see what you think of the drop-down menus, give us any feedback, any ideas for features you might want to see, so on and so forth. Because really, we're building this for you guys, right? We've built it based on what we think will work best, and some of it we've built in for ourselves when we're doing support, just some features that we want so we can better support our clients. But you guys ultimately are going to be using this, so let us know what your needs are, and we'll try to get them built as we go along. So there you have it.
Looks great. Looks great.
Gotta get back to my shoot.
What do you think? When do you think they're going to be finishing the pricing?
Well, I don't know. The pricing is currently built in the old code, and to make it work, Carl has had to add in bits of new code, make it work with the old code, so on and so forth. Now, I think building it completely from scratch, and I've designed it in a really simple way so that you guys can set up pricing in whatever way you want. You can have packages, only packages. You can have a la carte, only a la carte. You can have ones that have drop-down menus. you're going to be able to like pick and choose, drag and drop, and keep it as simple or as complicated as you want. And I showed my demo to Carl. He doesn't think it'll take that long because he's building it all from scratch in brand new code. So I hate to give a time frame to it. If we can finish the shoot manager, the clients, and the team in the next, let's just say the next 2 weeks, then I think we'll have a good chance of getting the pricing going through August and September. I mean, it seems to me like 2 months should be a good chunk of time to at least get it working enough that I could demo it. Getting it hooked up to the shopping cart and all that stuff, that's another animal that, that's separate. And we're going to make some changes.
The key question to ask Jana right now, Todd, would be, is that 2019 or 2020?
Yeah.
It's 2019.
No, I know.
Like Michael and
Michael
and I said, listen, Carl, we've got the whole year to revamp this. And he thought we were crazy that we thought it would take a full year. So it's good news when the programmer says, oh, no, it's not going to take the rest of this year. So let's put our trust in Carl and hope that, maybe by the end of summer, late summer, we'll have a good working version of it. But it's going to be a work in progress. Like we're going to put as much stuff in and get as much stuff working and live as we can, and then we're not going to abandon it. We'll keep adding to it to get it working and functioning the way you guys want it, right? So anytime you have an idea and you want to, something we can add to make it work better for you, just tell us. We'll happily build it. It's not going to hold us back. We can go live as soon as we're done some stuff and then add new features, go live, add new features, go live. It's an evolution. But I'm excited to get working on it because, as you know, like the pricing manager is a nightmare right now. It's like unusable, basically. So that will be good to get rolling. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the branded stuff, the website stuff, and is that going to be way after the pricing manager's done? And
it's not going to be way after, Todd. It will be after the pricing manager. We want to do the pricing manager first because our goal is to go out and get new photographers in different parts of the country.
yeah.
And we aren't going to do that until the pricing manager works really well. So this whole process is aimed towards that branding solution. And we want to have the branding solution in place for the end of this year.
By the end of this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the branding solution won't take very long to do, Todd, because for the most part, we built it for Mark in St. Louis, and it works really well for him. And Carl seems to think that it's going to take a week or two to put it together. We always take that with a grain of salt, but
We just double it.
The issue here is we want the pricing manager rebuilt so that if we get a new photographer in, Jen and I don't have to spend 42 years helping the photographer get his pricing manager right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
We want to make it really simple and easy for new photographers to come in and use it, as well as you guys, because as you know, Todd, that pricing manager has changed 42 times in the last 8 years, and we put code upon code upon code, and if you breathe on it wrong, it breaks. So we're going to start from scratch and completely rebuild it with brand new code so that it just works properly.
So you have to offer everything then.
Yeah. You'll be able
The
to
most important
build
thing is making sure that those drive fees and
Mm-hmm.
things happen when they order something else. Like when they order the extra services, the drive fee's not added, or
Mm-hmm.
one thing will cancel out another. But I'm sure it'll work out. They're doing it from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it'll function much, much more elegantly than it currently does, Todd.
All right, good deal. All right, well, I'm going to get all my stuff together now. There's all these new tabs, the team tab, and
Yeah. So as soon as we're off the Webby, I'm going to send an email to you guys with the link to this dev environment. And as I said, just log in as yourself and you can take it for a little test drive. But keep in mind, this is connected to live. So if you do stuff in here, it will affect your live stuff too. So really just go in and, move stuff around, click on buttons, get used to the layout, and then come up with things. Send me any ideas you have for new things you want to add. But if you change stuff in here, it's going to change your live account too.
okay.
Yeah.
So look, but don't touch.
Yeah, look, but don't
Yeah, I don't mind. I might just change it in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and you can go back in your calendar and mess with that stuff, Todd, without any
Yeah.
repercussions.
Yeah, you can go back to your old dates like here
Yeah,
and, move stuff around and whatever, play with stuff in here because it doesn't matter. It's old, but yeah.
I like that view invoice. I've had a few people, not very often, but it happens.
I know that's the same
Um,
thing. I'm like, you know what? Can we let's just build this because the one or two times it happens, it would just be really nice to be able to come in here and click send invoice.
Also, make sure you send each of the guys the calendar link channel. I know that Todd will be really interested in that because of his commercial
Yeah,
business that he
Oh yeah,
does.
yeah. I want Carl to get it working now because right now it only shows a handful of things. And it's linking to the dev site when we want you guys to want it to link to the live site. So yeah, but absolutely. I mean, we'll do another little tutorial once this. I don't want to put this live until all the photographers have had this little demo. Otherwise, it'll be a big surprise to them. So, but
but when it goes in for the calendar, I know you've got I don't know how much of the calendar stuff you've got going, but if you if it once it pops up in here as an order, will it pop up in your calendar like as an all day before
so
you set time?
So that's up to you guys. Everybody can control the settings in their own calendar. So it depends what calendar you use. Carl does everything in Apple. So he's got like a Apple calendar and he can set the default so that the calendar updates like every 5 minutes or every hour. I've got the Gmail Google calendar. Mine only update right now, I need to figure it out, but mine updated in 24 hours. So obviously you're going to want your calendar to update quickly, probably every couple of hours. So, but that's all up to you guys. I mean, you can fiddle around with the settings in your own calendar. All you're doing is subscribing to, I guess, the shoot
Yeah, no,
the shoot
yeah.
list, right? As the shoot list changes, if your calendar is set to update immediately, it'll update immediately. So that's how that
I
works.
just didn't know if it would go to like all day. I guess it would have to if you don't assign a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah, that's true. If you don't assign like 2:30. Yeah. So all this stuff will show up in your calendar. So if you assign that this shoot's going to be at 2:30 and then you go and check your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar, it will show all that information on it. That's that's one of the things that
That's
Carl's
good.
working on. Right now it only shows like the address and a few things, so he's going to get it working so it shows everything. But yeah, that'll be really nice so that when you're out on the road, if you just want to check your phone real quick, you can do it more easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Important thing is to make sure the address you can click on it and go to the calendar and go to the
Yeah. Your map.
map.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, and the invoice, the link to the invoice will be in there too if you want to check the shoot details and everything else and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. So there we go. Step one.
Appreciate you. Let's knock it out.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to end the session here so the other guys don't have to listen to us chit chat.